Yo, the Squirrel Podcast, episode 12, believe it or not. Episode 12, holy hell.
What's up, everybody? What's up,
good?
brother?
What's good? How you doing, Squirrel?
I'm doing great, man. I got one question to ask you. I was listening to every single word of our intro song. And does this say we're helping the world one nut at a time? It does? Is that what it said? Nice. That might apply to this episode here.
Yeah, right.
It might apply.
So, I think I got the music worked out. I think, guys, how's the levels? Are they okay? Let me know. I think
Sounds much better for me.
Okay. Because it sounded good for me before, but it was super loud on the playback, so I don't know. Can you guys hear us okay over the music? Nuthouse Game in the House, Hollywood Shoddy, Derek Weber, Steven, Death Note Peaches, we got Niggly. Who else we got?
You say howdy with a shouty?
I did.
Who's D?
Who? What?
Oh, I know who that is. He's Ball Gazer.
Ball Gazer.
That's Nuthouse Customs.
Guys, remember, if you haven't yet, smash the button! You know what to do.
I love it.
It's so important. Smash that button.
They're getting good at that. Before I could even get it fully shared out, we already got six
people.
some uppies.
6 people. Let's go. All right. Let me get over here to chat view. The chat view.
Smash D's.
Smash D's. We got 44 comments already.
That's awesome.
So
how's your week been?
My week's been all right. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, it's been a week, you know. The kid went and looked at apartments. She came home and told me she realized what a spoiled brat she was because she's been looking at apartments and realizes that she can't live in a normal starter apartment. You know what I mean? But luckily for her, the government, because she married an army dude, the government pays them a lot of money to live in an apartment. So they're getting a really nice place, which must be nice because I lived in the dump, my first apartment. And some of the pictures I've seen of these apartments they're looking at are super nice. I'm kind of jealous because, it's still more than my mortgage, but it's a pretty nice apartment. You know what I mean? I mean, for my area, the mortgage is cheap, or the rent is cheap. For over there, it's, I guess, normal. Ooh, what you got there?
Blanton's Peaches said, what are we drinking?
Yeah.
It's a good bourbon. I have a big old bottle of Buffalo Trace, and I just haven't cracked it open yet. I wanted to drink that, but
we went to Costco, and they had Kirkland brand old fashioned. So I bought 2 bottles of it. I'll try it, see how it is.
Pre-made.
Yeah, it's pre-made, so I mean,
I forgot to put my fancy ice cube in the freezer after last podcast, so I had to get the regular ice. It tastes like poverty.
Poverty. I have I think I bought the silicone molds, right, and it came with 5 of them, so I always got one chilling.
Yeah, screwed up. I even put hot water in it. An hour before the podcast while I was making dinner, I put hot water in it because hot water freezes faster. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
it was still water an hour later.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yes, monster for Lucid. Yeah. Always. I got to go to work, so sadly.
I'll be going to bed.
Yeah,
School's
you got
back
the bed
in here. Yeah, I got to be up super early to take my oldest to school. Be up at 5:30.
Oof. I'll be so what's that? That's 3? No, that's 2:30 my time.
Oh gosh.
Lunchtime for me.
Yes, Peaches. If you drink bourbon, you gotta have pretty ice. You can't have regular ice. Regular ice is for regular drinks. Inside bourbon. Mm-mm.
You know, I've never been a bourbon drinker until I don't know. I went to this fancy restaurant, and I got an old fashioned, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, good, really quality, well-made old-fashioned.
Yeah, now I've got a whole cabinet full of different bourbons.
You can never get it to taste
crazy, but every time we go to Costco, I'll buy a different bourbon now, or we'll just go to the liquor store and buy a random bourbon that I've never had. You know,
Peasant Ice might be a clip. I wonder if our auto clip will clip has an ice.
Maybe I can go back and clip it though. That was pretty early on, so it'll be easy one to find. It tastes like poverty.
So you got a new hat for this episode, I see.
I've had this one. Yeah, I've had it.
Not
I usually. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, you guys want to see my hat?
It's fancy. It's fancy.
Yes. Yes. I got rid of the spike though.
You're gonna need that for tonight.
Yeah, we're getting into the weeds tonight. Like, I'm pretty new to this one, so if you guys don't know about what the hell we're about to talk about, I really don't either. Iron Squirrel's the one leading this hunt down the fucking rabbit hole. You know what I mean? So
I know there's some people in chat that were excited about this topic.
I know. Old Nut House was. He's excited about D's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So to put context on it, Lucid had no idea what simulation theory was, and so I sent him one video. It's 25 minutes long. Really well made video. I'll go ahead and give Y Files a shout out. It's WF with a question mark and a red logo. If you looked him up on YouTube,
his fish wears
it's one of the best shows. The guy that runs Y Files was just on Joe Rogan for the first time like 3 weeks ago, but I've been watching Y Files for like 2 years. The show is fantastic. Maybe he'll shout us out one day. Doubt it, but maybe. I love that show. So I sent Lucid that, and I think I blew his mind a little bit. I think I messed him up. And I've been researching this topic and watching podcasts at least for the last 4 or 5 years. So tons of information on it and fully prepared to talk about it. And by no means am I saying we live in a simulation. All I ask is that if you're going to listen to this podcast now or later, that you come prepared with an open mind. Don't shut it down. Like, don't shut the idea down. Like come in and really think about some of the science that we talk about here around it, and kind of just ponder the what if about it, because who knows?
True. I had a lot of people ask me what the difference was, what the green and what the orange did. So I'm going to explain this to you. This one keeps you awake. This one puts you to sleep, but they both help you breathe. Dayquil and NyQuil. That's what these are.
Do it.
Oh, yes.
I had a couple buddies saying we should have put a white rabbit on the thumbnail.
Oh,
you gotta follow the white rabbit.
Damn it. Yes. That would have been awesome. Where were they?
Yep. So simulation theory is the concept that that we potentially live in a simulated reality. Sounds crazy, right? We live in a video game. We live in a fake world. No way I can touch this desk. Everything seems real. It's just too real. There's no way we live in a simulation, right? That would be everyone's first thought. This is BS. But do you think the little characters in the sim video game know they're in a video game?
Facts. The Earth is not flat, by the way.
The Earth's definitely not flat. The simulation makes it round. So there's 3 rules, and I've got I wrote notes. This is the first podcast I have this much like pages of notes just on things to make sure I bring up. But Nick Backstrom was the guy in I think 1987 that really started putting some context around the simulation theory. But this goes all the way back to ancient religions that talk about a simulation theory or being in a simulated reality. But there's basically 3 rules, right? One of these 3 options has to be true. The first one is if a civilization could get to the point where it could create a simulation of this scale, 3 things would happen. So 1, either they would destroy themselves before they ever get the ability. So the second choice would be they just choose not to. The third choice would be we're definitely already in a simulation. It's got to be one of those 3.
Well, if we're in the simulation, obviously they didn't destroy themselves, right? So it's got to be the third choice.
Maybe. We could definitely be in one. We could be not in the simulation. We could just be here.
Or is it like the Matrix where we're all just asleep being farmed?
Talk Nerdy TV. So Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you know those names, this is like there is scientists, there are astrologists, there are physicists, there are astronomers, very, very smart people, very, very smart people that are on board with the potential that we could be in a simulation. Elon Musk thinks the chance that we are in base reality would mean we're not in a simulation. He said the chance that we're in base reality is 1 in a billion.
1 in a billion.
1 in a billion. Like he thinks there's just if you do the math on it, that there's no chance.
Kind of what I got from that is imagine if us as a civilization built a computer. In that computer, we modeled a civilization. That civilization model a civilization, and so on and so on and so on and so on. 1 billion times that's us. Think about that. That's kind of crazy. Squirrel, you're frozen.
I'm getting the frozen thing. Yep. Can you hear me still? Nope.
There's a glitch in the Matrix right now. Yeah, we can hear you.
That Windows update might kill me tonight. It's just the program that's frozen. Should I log out and come back?
Sure. Glitch in the Matrix. Maybe turn off your camera and turn it back on. Maybe. Is it Riverside or is it what is it?
Let's see. YouTube will still play. No, I got a bunch of programs frozen.
Man. Squirrel and his potato, I guess.
At least it's not every week, man. This has been like a curse.
Yeah, imagine that. If we were the 1 billionth civilization on the chain of computers with a civilization. That's insane. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it or not. I mean, anything's possible, right? What do you guys think? Is it possible? I know Nuthouse has something to say about it. Right? Fine for me. Yeah, I don't know. Squirrel is having technical difficulties. All working network. Yeah, the government doesn't want the truth out there, Squirrel. Rebooting. He's the ones and zeros didn't light up. Hello, Steven. Hello. The ones and zeros didn't line up for Iron Squirrel. He must have taken the wrong color pill tonight. I think that's what happened. This is the second time in a row. Second time. Like it without fail, he had a Windows update literally 5 minutes before it was time to go live. What are the odds of that? And it straight told him it's going to happen in 4 minutes, or you can do it now. Your brain is the machine. Could be. Or like somebody said, like, if we're in a simulation, do we even have consequences? Like, do our choices matter? Really? Well, I think if it was a simulation, then our reality is real to us, so choices do matter. You know what I mean? Perhaps AI is the answer. I don't know. AI is kind of freaky, honestly. Like you can like half the time you see a video and you don't know if it's real or not. Like especially on Instagram, you see some of these Instagram reels and shit. Like, is that shit real? No, half the time it's not. Hey, welcome back.
Hey,
back.
Wondering what caused that. There was no errors or anything. It was just froze.
Just froze.
Scary. Scared.
Yeah, you started spilling the tea, and government said pull the plug.
Right. What did you guys talk about while I was gone?
Talked about your potato PC. That's what we talked about.
Yeah, $4,000 PC, piece of shit.
Yep, the potato.
Isn't everything that's not necessary.
Yeah, good old Windows update. You know how often I do a Windows update? Hardly ever. I don't know. I feel like I never do Windows updates. I don't know. And I skip most of the, like right now, I have a NVIDIA update that I haven't done because it's not relevant to anything I need. I did, however, just update to the NVIDIA app not too long ago. Finally. Because last time I updated to the NVIDIA app, it screwed everything up, but it was still a beta then. So,
really?
Yeah, I hadn't updated to the NVIDIA app until recently. I just did it like a week ago. You're frozen again. Oh, you're back.
Better not be. What the hell?
You're just super like fuzzy. You're fuzzy on my end.
It should clear out.
Yeah, I did.
I'm clear on my end. Let's see, live stream.
What up, Totality? Welcome in.
Totality. So we were talking about Elon Musk. Neil deGrasse Tyson was another big name that he's talked about it. He said it's a 50-50 shot that we're in. Yeah, put that back on.
Put that back
a
on.
50-50 shot that we're in inside of a simulation. And so let's think about, well, first, Lucid, what are your thoughts on the possibility that it could be a simulation, being as that you're brand new to the topic? So
anything's possible. And what really kind of gets me is the whole what was it called, the
Mandela
effect. Because some of the points that were made in that, I'm like, that's 100%, because that's how it is, but it's really not how it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Some of the shit that he pointed out in that video, I'm like, no, that is how it is, but that's not how it is at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's totally a glitch in the Matrix for sure.
The Mandela effect is named after Nelson Mandela, and the reason it's named that is because millions of people will swear, they will write affidavits that they clearly remember that Nelson Mandela from back in the day died in prison as a political captive. He didn't die in prison. Like they actually remember his funeral procession. He actually lived a long and healthy life. He got out of prison and was good to go. So they called the Mandela effect because that is anytime literally millions of people say they recall something being one way, but reality shows it a different way. Another big example of the Mandela effect is this one's good. Who remembers Jiffy peanut butter? Anybody in chat? Jiffy peanut butter. Do you remember it?
Yep. Love me some Jiffy.
Just a yes or a one. Who remembers Jiffy peanut butter? Do you remember Jiffy peanut butter, Lucid?
I do. Yes.
Clearly. Jiffy peanut butter never existed. There's never been a Jiffy peanut butter.
I don't know. There has totally been Jiffy peanut butter. In totality, he died in prison. He did die in prison.
He didn't.
He didn't die in prison. I thought he died in prison too. He didn't die in prison.
The Star Wars Luke, I am your father. That's another one. Like, how many of us? I clearly remember Darth Vader says,
I can picture it in my mind. Luke, I am your father.
He never said that. He never said that. Disney fans, in Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of all? That was never said in the movie. It's magic mirror on the wall, but everyone says mirror, mirror on the wall. Another example
in the Matrix.
Who remembers the Monopoly guy? So the little guy from Monopoly, he had a little monocle, right? The little glass, the round thing around his eye, a monocle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody remembers that. He did. Look it up, Google this stuff. He never had a monocle. And so these are all examples of the Mandela effect, meaning people think there was a glitch in the Matrix and code was rewritten, it was changed. And so somehow the glitch is that we still remember these things. If it works successfully, we would never remember it. We would just remember things as they are.
Tinkerbell's wand.
I don't know that one. Nope, he didn't. He's probably talking about the monocle. What about Stouffer's stovetop stuffing? Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, right? It's a classic. There's no such thing as Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. It's Kraft. That's Kraft.
Is it?
Kraft makes stovetop stuffing. Always has. It's never been Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
I think I always just called stovetop. I never even knew the brand. I don't think.
Yeah, it's never been called Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
Stovetop.
Yeah, all those are ones I remember. Does anybody remember Sinbad, the comedian?
Yeah, Sinbad.
So, do you remember the movie he was in?
Where he was a dentist.
Do you remember the movie where he was a genie?
Yes.
Do you? Sinbad was a genie.
Yeah.
He was never in a movie with a genie. Look it up. Anybody that thinks Sinbad was ever in a movie as a genie, look it up right now. He never was. But I clearly remember him in a movie as a genie, and so do millions of other people. Lucid's doing it now. Cheers.
You know what else is a glitch in the Matrix is deja vu. Glitch.
He said with Shaq. Yes, I remember it with Shaq.
I remember Shaq being a genie for sure. Yeah.
So was Sinbad. but not. So deja vu, if anybody's ever had deja vu, it's where something was corrected with new information inside the matrix. It was overwritten, but it just didn't work out completely. So those are just a few things, right? You can still blow some of this off, like, maybe that's not convincing enough. So like if you go to like how the universe was created, right? We talk about the Big Bang. And so science would say that there was nothing, and then like some gas and stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, the galaxy explodes and expands at a billion miles an hour. Like, what else does that remind you of? It's like booting up a program. Is the Big Bang the program being booted up?
Like that thumb drive being put into the computer, right?
Right. There's a couple other things that I want to bring up. So there's a law. There's a law around technology. So Moore's law is what it's called. And so Moore's law says that computing power doubles every 18 months. every 18 months.
Yes, every 18 months.
As computing power doubles.
And it would take what? Like, God knows how many years to make a computer with enough computing power to create a galaxy.
As far as we know, based on the knowledge that we know.
Yeah. It would take billions of years to get to the point where we had a computer capable, unless the universe itself was the computer. Think about that. Yeah. Light speed conveniently is as fast as we can go, right? Another thing I saw is, so maybe it doesn't take a computer that big. Maybe it works like a normal, like games work today. Like, you're not seeing the whole map. You're only seeing what's rendered. You're only seeing what you can see, right? So you're only seeing as far as line of sight. So that is all that's rendered in. So you don't have to render the whole map. So it's not taking as much computing power as it would as if you could see the entire map, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So quantum computing. I mean, we're just starting to grasp what quantum computing could be.
Right. Quantum computing, that's another thing that I've heard of, that like computers talking to computers in other dimensions, which is a whole nother insanity.
That's string theory and all that stuff.
Fucking crazy to me. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, so we only know what we know, right? But if computing power doubles every 18 months, so think back to where we started with Pong. Let's think about Negley's episode and talking about retro games. Look how far we've come already. Like the Unreal Engine 5. Like, if anybody's seen videos of what the Unreal Engine 5 is capable of, that video game engine, it is almost undiscernible. You cannot discern what's reality and what's actually the video game. And so if that's where we're at now, what does it look like 100 years from now? What does it look like 1,000 years from now? What does it look like 10,000 years from now? The universe is 14, how many? Is it billion or million? Million years old? 13.8 million? 13.8 billion. It's billion years old. So that's a long time, and we only know this much, so that's why people like Elon Musk think, with all that time that's gone on, what are the odds that a civilization did come up with the ability to create a simulation, right?
The
odds are pretty good. They're pretty good. And so what are the chances we're in base reality? 1 in a billion, because the odds are somebody did eventually get to that point, and it would only make sense that they would create simulations based on really, like, if I was Lucid, if you were going to make a simulation of humans, of Earth, like, what time frames would you pick? You wouldn't pick dinosaurs. I mean, that would get kind of boring to watch the sim dinosaurs. I would want to see what the humans did, like, let's see what these crazy fuckers are going to do.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Or maybe you could have coexistence of dinosaurs and humans, then they could eat each other. You know what I mean? That might be fun. Or you could just have crazy ass humans killing each other all the time. That could be fun, Like your own like life Grand Theft Auto going on. You know what I mean? We might be living in GTA right now. This is GTA 6 we're living in.
Pretty much.
GTA 45. You know what I mean? That's what we're living in right now.
Yeah, and so Nut House, that's Nut House, right? Maybe. Yeah. The understanding of time, it could be longer. Yeah, there's new studies now that they found galaxies with the what's the new telescope called? Not Hubble, but the James Webb telescope. They're thinking the universe could be even older than 13.8. Wild.
Like, there's no way in hell we're the only ones here. There ain't no way. There ain't no.
Well, that's the thing. So if you look at like the laws of physics, the laws of gravity, if you were writing a program, you put rules in it, right? And so there's a lot of like scientists think like maybe the reason there's a cap on the speed of light is to keep us here on Earth because everything else is so far away. Like, what are the chances we're ever going to be able to travel light speed and actually get to where there potentially is another planet?
That's why aliens can travel, because they don't have that speed of light limit written into their code.
Could be. Maybe they're from a different program. Maybe aliens don't exist. Maybe the UFOs and all that stuff is just part of the simulation. You know what I mean? Like, it's maybe the galaxy isn't out there, like you said.
Let's see what these crazy beings that we created do when we throw this at them.
Yeah. Like Lucid was talking about rendering in a video game. So to save computing power, like if you're playing a video game that may have buildings you can enter, when you're outside of the building, the inside of that building doesn't exist. It's not rendered into reality yet. It doesn't render into reality until you enter the building, and that saves a massive amount of computer programming. Same as in Call of Duty or Fortnite. Like, we can only see what's visible from our player, from our NPC, what's in eyesight. It doesn't render what's out of view until we need to see it. So the thought is that outside of our galaxy, further out, you know, when they talk about there being thousands and thousands of other galaxies out there, like maybe that's just a projection. It's only there when we look at it. When we're not there, it's not there.
The tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it.
We are the aliens.
We are. Hell yeah, we are.
Can't see the back of your head without a mirror, but it's definitely there. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely rendered. But when you look at it, it's there. I don't know if that applies negatively to like your actual being. More about like,
yes, the aliens live in Iron's basement for sure.
They're here.
They're written into his code.
So I think for me, one of the crazy parts is like being able to take a microscope, right? And we look at something like the desk that's in front of you. Like if you're at home and you have something that's hard, a table in front of you, like that desk is made up of like 90% empty space. And so when you drill down like to the atom level and then go beyond the size of an atom into like, it's like an atom itself is 90% empty space. And so when you go deeper down, like you basically get to like bits in a video game. Like, and so you get into the quantum world or into quantum mechanics, the quantum realm, and there's some crazy shit that goes on, you know? So like, who in chat's ever heard of the Slit experiment?
I'm just reading chat, sorry.
I see it.
Cat and Death Note.
I thought Squirrel Master I thought he believed in simulation. I'm waiting for him to throw some facts out there. Who's heard about the Slit experiment with how waves and particles?
That is crazy. The Slit experiment is crazy. Squirrel will have to explain this one. I kind of it's definitely
you should play. Can you play the video? Like, do you have it on the ready?
I don't. It's definitely.
I'm scared to pull it up. I'm scared I might crash.
It's definitely a whole nother. I can see if I can find it. Hold on.
Yeah, basically, if there's any part that you need to pay attention to, this would be it. Like, you need to see the screen, you need to listen, but this is pure science. It's not myth. This is science that's been repeated over and over and over, and the same results happen every time with the Slit experiment. And to me, this right here, once I understood it, is what fully convinced me that a simulation Maybe possible. It was 1532 is where he started talking about it.
Okay, I'm looking for the video.
Type in simulation theory Y-files. Hey, I
You too?
Yeah.
Did you hear it just now?
I did.
15.
If you believe in time, space, or anything with timelines, you should believe in simulation theory. Why, though?
All right, so the Y files, full credit to this dude. We're going to play his video. So let me share my screen. Window. Okay.
Hey, there's your hat.
Yeah, the fish has it. All right.
Wait, well, what do you mean we can test this? Specifically, we can use the double slit experiment. Here's how it goes. If we fire particles in a straight line at a screen, after passing through a single slit, we would expect to see this clumping pattern on the screen. If we try this with a wave, we expect to see a pattern like this, where particles are most dense in the middle of the screen but radiate outward, similar to the clumping pattern. When we add a second slit, it starts to get fun. When the waves pass through the double slit, each slit creates its own wave. When those waves intersect, they cancel each other out. That creates a pattern like this. It's called an interference pattern. So, particles passing through two slits create clumping patterns. Waves through two slits creates an interference pattern. Make sense? I'm with you.
Makes sense?
Good. If we fire electrons through the slit, we see the clumping pattern as expected. An electron has mass, so it's a tiny bit of matter. So if we fire electrons through two slits, we should see two clumps. But we don't. We see the wave interference pattern. This shouldn't be happening. What's going on here? For years, scientists assumed that the electrons were colliding with each other, causing the wave pattern. But in the 60s, the experiment was modified so that only one electron at a time was fired through the slits. There was no way the electrons could interact with each other. Yet we still see an interference pattern. Scientists wanted to see what was causing this, so they added a detector to observe electrons as they pass through the slits. That's when things go from weird to paranormal. As soon as the detectors were installed, the interference pattern went away and the clumping pattern returned.
What?
Take the detectors away and the wave interference pattern is back.
What?
But that's a different result that we can.
That's
play
another
with
genius,
atoms.
by the way.
Surely now, we're going to get to grips with it. Leave the detector there, but just very quietly go and unplug it.
Why in the hell
Let the atoms know
would
that
it
you're
change
not spying on them.
based on whether it was being watched or not?
Run the
That
experiment
makes no
again.
sense.
Now, if you can explain this using common sense and logic, do let me know, because there's a Nobel Prize for you.
It's as if the particles are aware they're being observed. Then physicist John Wheeler had an idea. He called it the delayed choice experiment. How it works is photons are projected through the double slit, but the detector is not activated until after they pass through the slit, but before they impact the screen. Photons were emitted as waves, passed through the slits as waves, but when the waves were observed before hitting the screen, they suddenly behaved like particles again. Still don't think there's an intelligence at work? Well, what Wheeler's experiment showed is that even though the electrons started as waves but behaved like particles after being observed, at the moment the decision to observe them was made, the electrons recorded themselves as having passed through the slits as particles. The electrons changed their state by going back in time.
Back in time.
Simulation.
Now, this experiment is happening on a table in a lab, a very short distance. So what happens when we observe light coming from vast distances, like say a galaxy 100 million light years away? If light from a distant galaxy is projected through the double slit, it creates the wave interference pattern. But if we push those photons through a measuring apparatus to observe them, the wave again collapses all the way back to its source. This is called retrocausality. Simply by choosing to observe the photons this way, they reach back through time 100 million years and alter their state on the other side of the galaxy.
That's
But
fucking
like a
crazy.
video game engine, it only does this if we're looking.
Only
Even though our
does it if
universe
we're
is full
looking.
of galaxies, those galaxies may not actually be there. If we're living in a simulation, then stars and galaxies could simply be projections, and only when we get up close would those projections become more detailed.
Rendered
This is
in.
an excellent way to save computational resources. And because we're stuck with the hard limit of the speed of light, getting to far off places is really difficult. Limiting the speed of light is a useful rule to have in place. Quantum mechanics like the double slit experiment and quantum entanglement only make sense if there's a program at work, because only the program can ignore the laws of physics and ignore the concept of time itself.
Boom. Yeah, so there's no way I could have properly explained it as well as that gentleman from the Y-Files. He does a superb job of like breaking stuff down. That's pretty complicated stuff, but basically that should be impossible. There's no reason a proton, which is a light particle, there's no reason it should change its behavior based on whether it's being watched or not. Like that alone is it's mind blowing. I mean, that right there to me is like, it could be a simulation. We could be in a fucking simulation.
Yeah. That right there explains the whole rendering thing right there.
So imagine watching the light come from 100 light years away. Just say 100 light years. It comes in as a wave, but when we go to do that test, that experiment, and we push those protons, those light protons through the slits and monitor it, they change from waves to particles all the way back 100 light years back. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's crazy. Only because we chose to watch it. If we don't watch it, it doesn't change. Ugh. Got
the willies.
So Lucid, do you remember the part where they talked about the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio?
No, I do, but I don't.
So the golden ratio is like a number. It's like 1.63 or something.
It's everywhere. The flower petals, the tree branches.
Everything. Yeah. So if you look up, guys, if you look up the Fibonacci sequence, it's, it gets into mathematics, right? And have you ever wondered why like science and space and like everything revolves around math? Like it just, what else revolves around math? Ones and zeros in a computer program. But yeah, so like so the Fibonacci sequence goes 1, and then it goes 2, and then from 2 to 3. And then 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And then 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 8 plus 5 is 13. And it just keeps going on like that. It just adds a number for it. That's the Fibonacci sequence. Well, that sequence is also, if you take any two Fibonacci numbers, you get the golden ratio, which is 1.63. Well, those numbers are all in nature. So the amount of bees in a beehive, like the ratio between females and males, is the golden ratio. It's like 1.63 or something like that. The amount of limbs on a tree is always a Fibonacci number. The amount of petals on certain, like most flowers, like flower petals, if you count them out, they'll always be a Fibonacci number. Like, so these numbers are like all throughout nature, all around us.
How many hairs I have on my face? Fibonacci number.
The human body, like the width, like the width from your wrist to your elbow is like, it's part of the golden ratio, like the way the human body's made. So that's just more like how, if you were creating a program, how math and numbers and metrics would be used in that program, right? So like, why would a flower petal either have 3 or 5 or 8 or 13 petals? You know what I mean? Why is it always one of those numbers?
Wild shit. Crazy.
I'm looking through notes now.
Mother Nature's full of examples. Everything you know of love is not real.
I think one of the cool quotes from that show was, you can't prove this is not a simulation in the same way you can't prove there's no God.
Facts.
Yeah, so I mean, you could still be religious and still think about, like, what would be the difference if God was the person that created the simulation? What would that change in your religion for those that believe in a higher power? I don't think I've ever asked you that, Lucid. Are you religious? Are you religious?
I am. I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be the same shit, honestly. It'd be the same thing.
Right?
Wouldn't it?
Technically, like Nagley says, technically still the creator.
Yeah, it'd be the same thing.
And so you've got millions of people, whether it's Christianity or they're practicing, they're Muslims, like all these people that have their religions, they have that belief. They believe in a higher power. They believe in a God. And just like you can't prove that there's no God, there's no one that can prove we're not in a simulation. At least not yet. No one's been able to prove that we're not in a simulation. Especially with like the science we just saw. I mean, man, that just blows my mind. That whole Slit experiment thing just completely wrecks my mind.
The Slit experiment is kind of the nail in the coffin for me.
Right?
There's no explaining that, you know?
And that's all quantum mechanics that work like that, the string theory and how one quark, I think is what they call it, can communicate with another quark on the opposite side of the world. Like instantly, instantaneous. There's no delay.
Yeah, it's insane.
Nobody can prove there's a God or devil, heaven or hell, simulation or no simulation. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Here's the other thing. So, depending on how many years a simulation was running, imagine the simulation inside of it creating a simulation. So if we're in a simulation and we're already creating VR, if the simulation were to continue to run for another 10,000 years or however long it takes, and we get to a point of creating a simulation,
we already have.
We're a simulation inside of a simulation. So how far down the hole could it go? Could we be in like the fifth simulation? We could be inside of a simulation inside of a simulation inside of a simulation.
What's the first thing a civilization tries to simulate?
Us.
Ancient civilization.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've already tried to simulate ancient civilization. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
So we already have simulations of civilization. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Jesus.
Simulation.
Oh God. So think about that.
Have you again, so Lucid's only had 2 days to sit with this. I'm hoping I'm going to throw some more stuff at you. Like I'm going to throw some more of these podcasts at you. I'm going to sprinkle them in. And do you want me to keep at you with the simulation theory? Because there's more, there's better. I just sent that one to you because I know you're short on time, and that one in 25 minutes does a really good job of messing with your head.
Sure, keep them coming. Yeah, my mic's always low. I don't know. It's this thing I'm using. I need to change it out. I need to go back to the Rodecaster. That's why my mic's always low.
Right. I wonder. I feel like Negley or Squirrel Master wanna talk about it. I feel like they have things to say.
Well, you know, Squirrel Master does in his live earlier. He was nerding out just in his live when you brought it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at him in chat. He's nerding out in chat.
So Squirrel Masters said this to me several times, is he thinks when they fired up the particle collider at CERN, he's like, that's when the world just got weird. That's when like just weird shit started happening everywhere. You know, whether it be COVID or whether it be this, that, or the other. He's like, he's convinced that something happened when they fired up that particle collider.
Yeah, I can see not good things coming out of that. That if it is a code, if we're living in a huge computer, I mean, you know, that might have made some weird static or whatever that shorted some shit out. You know what I mean? Like started deleting some ones and zeros. Who knows?
It's hard for me to this is our reality, right? Like you'd think you'd see something like glitch or, you know, like some static in the corner or something, but
we have.
What rules you have?
Oh, I have all these weird solar flares we've been having. Like here where I live, we never get northern lights. We've had some amazing fucking northern lights. Like insane. Like the whole sky in the middle of the night is purple and blue and orange and crazy.
That's not good.
You never see that. And it's because we've had a bunch of solar flares. Like last year, it was insane. We've had a couple this year. But could that be part of it? solar flare, a glitch.
It's a lot of radiation.
What could it be?
For the movie Free Guy. Free Guy was awesome. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, Free Guy was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine their world. Yeah, Free Guy. They had no idea. What was his name? My man crush. Not Riley. It was
well, Riley's your man crush too.
So what's his name? Plays Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
The actor Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. What man doesn't have a crush on Ryan Reynolds? Like, if you're gonna have a crush on one guy, it's Ryan Reynolds.
I have a crush on Brad Pitt in F1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, imagine in Free Guy. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, that character he woke up every day. He had no idea that his world was fake until he slowly figured it out. I mean, I think that's a good portrayal. The Matrix, the guy that wrote The Matrix, I mean, or the brothers, I mean, they're just, I don't know. Like, I would love to talk to those guys one day on how they got that idea. I'm sure there's an interview out there somewhere that's interesting, but man.
You got like zero work. That's all right. Yeah, you're taking a break. It's all good.
So there's a chance that something happened yesterday and none of this existed. We all woke up this morning and the memories we have in our head are just memories. None of that shit ever happened. Like, that would be part of the program running. And so that's where the Mandela effect runs in, is somewhere in that forced memory programming. There's a glitch, like something doesn't line up from where there was a change. So the program could have shut down yesterday for all of us. And then when it booted back up, we just have those memories of all the shit that's happened.
It's like when we go to sleep, it's just the computer shutting down for the night.
Maybe you don't even have to sleep. It could be just instantaneous. You blink your eye and boom.
That would be nice if I didn't have to sleep. I would get so much done. Like, or just like hook an extension cord up. That'd be cool.
Weber needs to be taught a lesson. They need to fix Weber's programming.
Yeah. There's a glitch in that matrix for sure.
He's always causing trouble.
That boy's missing some ones and zeros for sure. Oh shit!
Damn it! He's probably playing Call of Duty right now. He's probably in his own world. Oh damn, that's funny.
Hey Steven, yo Weber, $60 by the way.
Yeah, I think that was it for my notes. I mean, the rest of it, I feel like we got into. I would love to, if there's any questions in chat or any stories they have. Any Mandela effects? Is there anything you remember that people have told you, no, that never happened?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head.
That's did anybody Google anything? Did anybody look up Sinbad being in the movie or Stouffer stovetop stuffing? Jiffy peanut butter, fucking Jiffy. I've had Jiffy peanut butter. I don't care what Google says. I've had Jiffy peanut butter. I know it.
So, Squirrel Master brought up, what if we're advancing too fast in the simulation? So, one thing that my dad always brought up that I always thought was crazy as shit, right? Was, you remember when we had that huge solar eclipse? When they had like the trail of the eclipse went like right over the middle of the United States. It was like just total darkness. It was like a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago. My dad's theory is that was actually an alien ship. And they said it like a massive alien ship, and they said it was an eclipse or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? And they did a trade with our government for AI technology, because that's right when all the AI started coming out, is when that happened. Like, that's when AI went nuts, was right then. That's my dad's theory that he's talked about. And it actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it. But that's when all the AI stuff started popping off. And look how fast, like, it went from nothing to boom, now you can't even tell the difference. Just like overnight, it seems like.
Oh, roster Reds in the house. Did we land on the moon? That's a good one. Have you ever, before we get into the moon, like, I'm looking at my PC, you look at the motherboard, you look at the chips, How in the hell did someone come up with this? How? How does it all work? You know what I mean? Like, where did we get this from? We went from...
How do you figure out if you send electricity through this certain path, through different resistors, it makes this on a monitor?
You know what else? Firing electrons and electricity. You know what else does that?
Your brain.
Your brain. All
It's the biggest computer on the planet.
All the sensations you feel, like when you touch something, it's all neurons firing electrical impulses. It's up here. Oh, that just feeds more into that simulation thing, man. Golly. But yeah, so there's a thought that when Roswell happened, if you look at the timeline of when we really started having technological breakthroughs, it's right around the time that the Roswell incident happened, which is really the first widespread, largely reported, lots of people saw it, UFO incident. And so if we did get a UFO and start breaking that thing down and getting technology, that would explain why 10 years later we started having computer chips and like all these things.
Yup. We're too dumb to come up with that shit on our own.
Man, I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine if like that Yellowstone erupted out there by you and like we had to start over? Could you make Lucid? Could you make a cell phone?
Fuck no. You know, I often wonder, like, if we had to start over, how are you coming up with the infrastructure to build a power plant, for example, a phone lines, for example, running water, you know, just basic shit, like digging a well, you know what I mean? Like if you had to start over, you're back to the Stone Age, really, because unless you have that equipment and know how to use it, you're not doing shit. You can't, you know, you're not making that shit from scratch.
Dude, I wouldn't even be able to figure out how to make a camera, like the old school cameras.
Like sometimes I'm at work, right? And I'm looking at these massive fucking cranes we have at work. And I'm thinking, how did they make the first crane? How did they make the first crane without a fucking crane to make the crane? You know what I mean? Right? You ever think of that?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Like everything makes sense up into airplanes. So I like to remember the Wright brothers with the biplane. Like I feel like, you know, once we figured out how to make a combustion engine, I feel like if I saw a car, the first car, my brain would be like, we need to try to figure out how to fly. Like we need to make something that pushes us through the air.
How do you forge steel without having like steel?
Yeah, we're fucked.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think airplanes would be the last thing. Like right after airplanes, shit got weird. Then we're making computer chips and transistors and
weird.
Chicken or the egg.
You think about everything that goes into making one simple part, like what you need to make that one simple part. Like all the things you have to make just to make that one thing. Like just to mold something, all the shit that you need to mold that one thing. You know what I mean?
In fact. There's so much knowledge that's like we wouldn't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like we'd be able to hunt and fish and build fires, but yeah, I mean, like to rebuild civilization, to get back to like, how do you make not even a cell phone? How do you make a rotary phone? Like,
yeah, you're talking hundreds of years, hundreds of years.
I'm sure there'd be certain people that have that knowledge, but
let's not even say hundreds of years. Let's say how many people. Remember we were talking about that? How many people? Yeah.
2 people.
Yeah. So, yeah, to get back to rotary phones, we're talking at least 3 people. Right? Because we got to go through the telegraph thing first.
I wouldn't even know how to do a telegraph.
No, fuck no. Like, no.
I wouldn't even know how to make electricity.
No.
I wouldn't do shit.
Well, I can make electricity. I can make a light bulb.
Huh? How you gonna power a light bulb?
Yeah, I can make basic shit. I made a light. Give me some wire, and I can make a fucking light bulb.
How are you gonna power it?
I can make a motor out of a wheel and running water out of a creek.
Shit. I'm hanging out with you during the apocalypse.
Yeah, I could make power. That's not a problem.
What? Ash just said there's a freaking pyramid in Hawaii. What?
What? No pyramid in Hawaii. Crazy.
What?
Is it one of those weird square pyramids, like the Aztec pyramid style? Is it like one of those?
World's Fair is some crazy stuff.
That's crazy because, like, in the grand scheme of things, Hawaii's not even that old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ash needs to get out of Hawaii.
Yeah, you're like right smack dab. You are the Ring of Fire, brother. You are the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, you missed last episode. We talked about the Ring of Fire, Ash. You're right in the center of it.
That was episode before last.
Right in the center
Last
of that
episode was Negley and retro gaming.
Yeah, so the World's Fair, I mean, there's a lot of crazy lore around the World's Fair and the technology that was presented there. People going missing. And
where was it in 1989? Where was the World's Fair?
1889.
1889. The World's Fair, there was one in Seattle. That's when the Space Needle was built. I don't know what year that was. There's the underground city of Seattle, which is crazy. You can tour that still. I've never done it because it's kind of creepy. I don't know.
Didn't they turn it into artwork or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
Turn what into artwork?
The underground of Seattle.
It's still there. You can go. It's like creepy tunnels and shit. You can go tour it.
What the fuck is Ash talking about? He said it's guarded by the military, an actual pyramid in the mountains. Do we just learn something that no one else knows?
Okay, we're Googling.
What's Brisbane? Oh, 1889 Brisbane Paris. What's up with that one, specifically the 1889 one? I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have disappeared. There was a guy that, like, clearly had shown that he could have a car that was powered by water, hydrogen, basically, and is on recordings, on video of it working. And the government took his patent and hid it away, and he mysteriously died. Like, it's facts. Like, it's not like fake news. Like Tesla, like what about Tesla? Nicholas Tesla, all his stuff, the CIA raided his apartment and took all of his information and hid it away. Like, it's gone. Like, we'll never know. One of the greatest minds that the human civilization's ever seen, and there's shit that he had that we'll never even know about.
Right? I've seen you can find them on YouTube. There is people running motors off of water, and it's actually super easy to do. There's videos on how to do it. They don't last long. They take them down fairly quickly, but you can find them on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. They actually I've seen them make you can take an alternator apart and change out the magnets and shit, and then you pull start the alternator, and it basically charges the battery and runs like a power strip, and it's enough to run drills and all kinds of shit, and it's like
charging
itself and just keeps running forever. But yeah, one dude was running a car off of water. You just fill up the water tank every so often, and basically it just separates hydrogen and burns the hydrogen. One dude was running I think it was a pressure washer or generator, something like that.
The videos get taken down?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
They don't want you to know how to do that. They're not getting their money, It's just like it's just like big pharmaceutical. They don't want you to know there's a cure for cancer out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, Toyota's been actually invested in Toyota when I heard rumors that they were about to release that, but it'll never come out.
No, big government doesn't want that out. They don't get their money from it.
What you find on this pyramid?
Well, there's all kinds of stuff that's coming up. I don't know which one he's referring to, because there's rocks shaped as pyramids. There's actual looking like pyramids. I don't know.
Is Minor Light of Oahu. Somebody.
There's Pyramid Rock Lighthouse.
The Minor Light of Oahu. Look that up. It's in chat. It's in chat.
Minor Light of Oahu.
I feel like Ash has got
I've seen a lighthouse.
We need to know about this pyramid. It's probably, It's guarded by military.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's like guarded.
Ash, we need you to go there tomorrow.
Yeah, go take pictures, Ash, and send them. Like,
you got
try
big
not
arms.
to get shot. We need you to go on a covert operations.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Try and look small and blend in.
Yeah, if they cured cancer, it would probably increase the mortality rates of humans by like 50%. You know what I mean? Like how many family members and friends have died of cancer? I instantly am thinking about Papa Sloan. Rest in peace to him.
Right.
But man, how many loved ones have we lost to cancer? And if it was a cure, they'd still be alive, you know? They'd live a longer life and people would live longer. There'd be more people. So I'm in that camp too. I think there's a cure for it. I just looked up stuff. The I can't say that. Helikala, a Hawaii pyramid. But there's been, they're doing LiDAR tests in South America now, and underneath the ground, they've scanned with LiDAR and found pyramids. Like lots of pyramids, not like the Aztec square pyramids, but like the pointy pyramids. And it's just wild. Like, how were they building pyramids in Egypt, South America? If there's one in Hawaii, it's wild. Antarctica. There's a Y-Files video about Egyptian structures in the Grand Canyon. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's a place in the Grand Canyon that is sealed off from the public. If you step foot on that property, black helicopters will come out and they will get your ass. Like it's hidden. Like the government keeps it hidden. And they say it's to keep people safe. But if they, like, people die every year falling off the Grand Canyon, right? Taking selfies and falling off the edge. It's only this one spot that the government keeps everybody out in the Grand Canyon. It's real. It's factual.
Weird.
Something's there. Something's there they don't want us to see.
I need to take a drone flight, I think.
They'll shoot that thing down. They probably got an EMP that just kills it.
No, I'm a superb drone pilot, just like I am an F1 driver. Can't shoot me down.
Pyramids in the oceans.
Yeah, why not? Why not? All the pyramids were built by aliens anyway. They could build them in the ocean. There's probably UFOs in the ocean, like the movie Abyss.
Maybe they're leftover remnants in the simulation. Maybe they're there just to fuck with it.
Yeah. Movie Abyss, great movie.
Maybe the
factual.
Simulation was like Minecraft in the beginning, and they just
100% factual.
Remember the Minecraft movie where the guy could just throw blocks?
Never seen it.
And build stuff? Yeah, maybe that's what it was like back then.
What was the whole like chicken thing about where everyone freaked out?
Chicken jockey?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Never into Minecraft, so I don't know.
Freaking Ash. Ash, I want a picture right now of this pyramid.
Yeah, send a picture. We need it on the podcast.
Right this second.
What island is it? How are you going to come in here, drop a bombshell like that, and then be like, come out?
And then he throws in the whole, it's guarded by military. Like,
yeah, what the fuck, dude? What the
fuck?
Put
a little spice to it.
Water cools the server. Right? That's what I'm saying. Yep. That's right. Water cooled PCs.
The ocean's a mystery. We have no idea what's down there.
There's scary things in the ocean. It's where
Have you seen the footage where it was offshore oil rig? And there's clear footage of an object that's about the size, I think they said it was 500 yards. So huge, massive. And they caught it and it was traveling like, I forget how many knots because I'm not a seaman, but but like the speed would be equal to that of like traveling like 70 miles per hour underwater, which it's like submarines can't go that fast. We can't move. We can't displace water that quickly. And this thing was like 500 yards long and it just goes right on by. And it's like clear footage of it.
That's like what Godzilla speeds.
It's like you're not touching the water. You're moving the water around you.
That's fast on top of the water.
No, this is under the water.
I know, but that's fast for on top of the water.
Yeah, there's nothing we know. There's no technology that can make anything move that quick underwater. But I mean, a lot of these UAPs and stuff, they say they see them coming out of the water. Like they can enter the water and come out of the water like nothing. And so the whole thought is they can displace gravity. And if you can displace gravity, then you can displace that water. Like you're not going through the water. Like when you go down, the water kind of just parts out of the way. And so
gravity's an illusion anyway.
That's why they can go. Gravity is just a rule that's programmed into the simulation.
An illusion.
It's just a rule.
If you were falling in a box, you wouldn't even know you'd be weightless and you wouldn't, it's an illusion. If you had no idea, if you were in a box with no windows and you were falling, you'd be weightless.
Asteroids still there. Do we think we actually landed on the moon?
I don't know. Why would they fake that? I don't know. Just to show Russia that we did it first? I mean, that would be the only reason, right?
There's a movie I haven't watched yet, and it's about how the government had a movie producer on standby. And so the thought was if we didn't actually make it to the moon, his job was going to be to convince us that we did. And so the movie's premise is that we didn't make it to the moon. And that's just the story because enough information leaked out that people knew this guy was given a job. So I need to watch that movie. But
fuck gravity.
All I can say is, why ain't we been back? The last time we went to the moon was before any of us were born.
Isn't Elon Musk supposed to go back?
Supposedly.
I mean, he could just land that shit wherever he wants. So, I mean, why not? He could like go play volleyball on the moon for the weekend or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we put satellites up left and right. We know there's a space station. Like, I believe there's a space station in orbit. But the whole thought is we can't make it out past the that gravity field and into the they say there's like a radiation belt or something that would instantly kill us.
Huh. Well, that's encouraging.
Why haven't we been back? I do know the Red Bull guy jumped from fucking space. Tell me you've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy passed away, I think, didn't he?
Did he?
I think he passed away.
Shit. That's a bummer. Wonder if it was related to the... I mean, that dude was spinning and tumbling.
Yeah, that was a long way up.
I had a friend that was
up on re-entry.
Yeah,
you know?
he thought the Earth was flat, and I was like, "Well, just watch this Red Bull video." And he's like, "Oh, they're using a fucking curved lens," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Where's the ice wall? Explain that. Show me the ice wall.
I can't do the flat Earth thing.
If the Earth is flat, how come there's no footage of the fucking ice wall?
I can't do the flat Earth thing. Like, I can't even.
I could do the flat Earth thing if you could prove it to me. Prove it.
Who is Felix?
I don't know. Transformers told us to stay away.
No pyramids. Nothing for Hawaii. Pyramids.
I don't know. Here's a pyramid. It's not guarded by the military because there's people climbing up the side of it. So I don't think that's it. It looks like a rock that's shaped like a pyramid. I don't know what he's talking about. If it's guarded by the military, you're probably not going to find it on Google, I would imagine.
That's what I'm thinking. Google Earth, I'll have it blotted. Yeah, just take Google Earth and look at Hawaii and see if there's any blurry spots.
Yeah. You want to go down a rabbit hole? Let's talk about Maui fires. There's a rabbit hole for you.
What's that?
The Maui fires? That's totally a land grab, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Say more.
Well, oh God, I'm gonna look like a fucking nutcase after this.
The Red Bull guy's Felix.
I'll look like a nutcase after this one. That was, in my opinion, that was created by lasers from airplanes. Started those fires. Same thing happened in Canada. Why the hell wouldn't they let anyone out?
You need to give me all the information. I don't know what you're talking about.
So Maui fires started, and they would not let anyone out of the main roads. They blocked off all the roads, wouldn't let any traffic out when the whole city's burning around them. There's people like swimming into the ocean to get away from the fires and shit. They wouldn't let any of the cars out. All the cars were burned in place, pretty much stuck in traffic because they blocked all the roads off. After the fires, they put up fences so you couldn't see in. They wouldn't let anyone in. And if you dig into it, everything that was a certain color blue did not burn. Cars that were blue didn't burn. Umbrellas that were blue didn't burn. Houses with blue roofs did not burn because the frequency of these lasers do not affect blue. They actually did tests on different like fabrics and materials, and they take this laser and you go across reds, greens, whites, whatever, and it burns them all. You go across this blue and it doesn't touch it. They have these lasers that are mounted to fucking planes, believe it or not, that can shoot down other aircraft or whatever. They say it was power lines. I don't buy it. There's a lot of conspiracy bullshit on the internet. You can look it up. That talks all about the Maui fires. Same thing happened in Canada.
When was this?
This was a year ago, 2 years ago.
I'll have to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's when like Oprah and The Rock were like got all kinds of backlash for trying to get people to donate and all this bullshit. Like Oprah's house didn't burn, of course. You know what I mean? Everything around it burned. Like all the rich people's houses didn't burn. All the generational houses burned, right? All the people that have lived there generations and generations. All those houses that were right on the water, you know, all the properties that were worth millions and millions, all those burned. And of course they lost everything. They're not getting their property back. They put fences up around the entire town, wouldn't let anyone in or out of it. You know, they put fences up and like with black plastic on the fences so you couldn't even see in. It was just, the whole thing was sketchy. The whole same thing happened in Canada. There's all the Canada fires. They wouldn't let anyone out for some reason. Like police were blocking the roads and shit. Wouldn't let anyone out. Just crazy.
Dude, I might have to look at that. That like blows my mind.
Yeah, look it up. Maui fire conspiracy.
So what have they done with the land now?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it much. But yeah, it was totally looking like a complete land grab back then. Kind of like the whole Palisades fires and shit in California is kind of looking like a land grab at this point too, because the insurance companies are like giving them like pennies on the dollar for their properties down there. You know what I mean? Like people. So
you have that. I feel like you have that knowledge because that's you're out that way. So it's crazy how, even though we have so much information sharing now and social media and news, that like I'm oblivious. And I like to think I try to stay pretty up to date on news. I don't like watch. One, I do not consume my news from CNN or Fox. Let me throw that out there. Neither one of those. I try to find sources that aren't controlled by some type of advertising dollars behind them.
I don't watch any mainstream media. I get most of my news comes off of YouTube and TikTok, believe it or not.
Yeah, which you got to be careful.
Independent, you know, and I kind of watch a little bit of everything, and I kind of take away what I feel like is true. You know what I mean?
That's good. I think there's a lot of people, and maybe it's the streamer community. Maybe we're so busy working and running normal lives and families. I know for me, TikTok and streaming has replaced a lot of times that I used to dedicate to like news and staying up to date on stuff. But I still do consume a lot of podcasts. And so I would offer to folks like, stop watching CNN, stop watching Fox if that's where you get your news, because it's all fucking bullshit.
I don't even watch local.
Yeah, no, it's all
bullshit.
Whoever's paying those advertising dollars is controlling whatever's being said. You're just getting a different. You're just not saying it's fake news per se. It's just got its own spin, and it's given to you in a way that makes you want to think something. They want you to think from their perspective, you know. And I think, like Lucid was saying, getting it from like a small source that's not controlled by like any type of advertising dollars is definitely the way to go. You're gonna get a much.
Well, like look at all the hurricanes and shit that happened. All the flooding recently was that in the Carolinas. Those people were absolutely devastated. You didn't see shit about that on the media, right? They were blocking everything coming out of there. You saw it on TikTok. The people, when they finally got service back, you saw it on TikTok. Once Elon Musk took Starlink in there, that's when you saw it. The government was totally blocking that shit out. The government did absolutely nothing to help those people. You
Dude,
didn't
I
see
was there.
shit on that. You didn't see a fucking thing on that until they got Starlink from Elon Musk. Then it started to come out. That's when what did the Biden administration gave them like fucking $750 when these people lost everything they owned?
Yeah.
Here's a case of water and $750, but sorry, you can't claim your $750 because there's not a fucking bank within 1,000 miles.
Meanwhile, let me sign this check real quick and
Jesus
send it over
Christ.
to Ukraine.
Yeah, fuck you. Sorry.
With you.
Yeah.
So, dude, funny story. I was in Hickory, North Carolina, when the rain started, and had no idea. As I was leaving Hickory, North Carolina, I was headed back home. I had no idea what I was leaving behind because Hickory was one of those areas that was flooded. So we had retail locations. There's one in particular that literally the store was full of like a foot of sludge just from like the flooding. I mean, we had to do so much work to get that thing ready to open back up. And again, I work for a grocery store. So, what's the most important thing if a community is going through devastation? What's one of the most important things they need open? Fucking grocery store, for water, for supplies, for food. So yeah, I was there. I wasn't there during the aftermath, but literally I pulled out of town and it was raining cats and dogs the whole way home. And that was when it happened.
Like mainstream media, you see nothing. TikTok, you see the real people begging and pleading for help, saying their loved ones are missing, saying that the government's in there just bulldozing. There's bodies in trees and the government's just bulldozing these fucking trees down, and the area smells like death. They're just bulldozing everything.
Mm-hmm. No news reported that though.
No news fucking reported anything. You didn't see anything. You got the real fucking news from the people on the ground. That's why they want to get rid of TikTok. Right there. That is why they want to get rid of TikTok. Social media is what's going to kill the fucking government. That's what they want to get rid of. They want to get rid of the truth. They don't want you to know what's actually going on the ground. 100%.
Especially if it's not state controlled.
You guys found my hot button. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's why they want to get rid of all the apps that... Same with drones. They're trying to outlaw DJI now.
What's that?
And DJI, the drone company. Because it's a Chinese company, right? You know what? But they have another company that's American made that's a complete knockoff of DJI that just popped up as they're trying to outlaw DJI. They stole DJI's technology. They're trying to make it an American made company. I guarantee it's backed by a fucking politician. Guaranteed.
And so you think that like they have a way to keep the American ones out of areas they don't want them in versus the DJIs?
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's all about money. It's all about money. Because if I have a drone that's made in China, how is fucking China seeing what's on my drone? They're not. China doesn't know what I'm recording on my fucking drone. Sorry. Just like China doesn't know what I'm uploading to TikTok that's on an American server. You know what I mean? Give me a fucking break. It's all about controlling the people. That's all it's about. It's all it's about.
There's definitely a lot of control that people don't take the time to look at it. Like all news is controlled to us. Radio, same thing.
100%. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know about people dying in Maui. They don't want you to know about people dying from the floods. They don't want you to know that they're not helping in any fucking way because they'd rather send money to Ukraine because they're laundering money through fucking Ukraine. 100%. Fucking Biden administration, the most crooked administration you've ever seen in your life, laundering all their dirty shit through Ukraine. That's the only fucking reason they're protecting Ukraine. Did you know that fucking they're making Biden out to be the bad guy? Biden, the whole reason he's going after Ukraine is because 95% of the world's sex trafficking goes through fucking Ukraine. That's why Biden is going Putin is going after Ukraine. But you don't fucking see that anywhere. You don't see that.
I never heard that.
You see that they're making Putin out to be the bad guy. You don't see what's really going on. I bet most people have never fucking heard that.
No.
Now I look like
haven't
a
heard it.
fucking nut, right? I
Put your
guarantee
fucking
it.
hat on. Put your fucking tinfoil hat on.
Yeah. But
Look
that's
up
the only
whatever state you're
reason.
in. Look up how many kids have gone missing in the state you live in this year. So
yeah,
there's
they're probably all in fucking Ukraine too.
on social media right now where I'm at, like my state, it's like every time I open Facebook, I see a post within like a minute of being on the app about how many missing kids there are in Virginia this year. And it's insane. I mean, it's like in the thousands. And like in just a week, there's so many that go. And don't get me wrong, some of them are probably kids running away. Like that's probably the first thing you throw at it is, oh, kids run away. But no, these happen to all be like young girls, and they haven't been found yet. But dude, I don't hear anybody talking about it. Like if you're talking about in the thousands in one state, look it up. Like whoever's in chat, just look up. Say how many kids have gone missing in my state this year.
That's the problem. People don't want to talk about the real issues. People want to be all sunshine and fucking rainbows, you know? When it comes to the real shit, nobody cares. Or they might care, but they don't want to talk about it. It's all, ignorance is bliss, right? Ignorance is bliss. Yeah. The real shit, nah, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about this over here. Yeah. Well, now you know. I'm fucking nuts.
There.
Yeah, well, fuck. I try to keep it neutral, but sometimes I can't. Well, this makes for a good podcast though, right? People like to see fucking crazy people on the internet. Well, there you
go. I want to see what the clip is from this.
Yeah, right.
Holy cow. So I just checked your state, Lucid, and it's 34. Do you know what my state is?
What?
3,274.
34 missing kids in my state?
Yeah.
That's it? That's a lot, but that's in the grand scheme, that's not bad.
There's
3,000 in yours?
Yeah, have been reported missing since January 25, with 141 still missing as of August 13th. So out of 3,274, 141 are still missing, which is 4% of the total cases.
Wow.
The average number of missing children each week in the state is 98.
Watch The Sound of Freedom.
Ugh.
Look up Loose Change on YouTube if it's still up. It might have been taken down.
Your state's 34, mine's 3,200.
Yeah, you're trying to get me to move to Virginia? Why the fuck would I do that?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
I might get sex trafficked if I move there.
I'd get you. Only you.
Watch Loose Change. That'll make you fucking think. Loose Change on YouTube.
The last news so this has been in a lot of news. The asteroid Apophis.
I haven't watched that one yet.
It's passed by the Earth before. So the last time it was discovered, June 19th, 2004.
Space rocks scare the shit out of me. That's what scares the shit out of me. At least it'll be quick, right? At least it'll be fast.
So it's going to pass by us in 2029. We're going to be okay. Like, it's going to be pretty close. But the problem is it comes back around. So it's actually in an orbit. And so when it leaves us this next time, it goes behind the sun. So we actually lose track of it. We lose visibility of it while it's behind the sun. And so there's a lot of things that could happen to just change its trajectory by a little bit. And so there's people saying now that I don't see it right here in Google. I want to say it's 2034.
Like, how long does it take to go behind the sun? Like,
it's a pretty big orbit that it has.
Is it like 100 years, or is it like in my lifetime?
No, in our lifetime. It'll come back through 2029. It'll be here. When it comes through the next time, they're saying it's going to have a 100% chance of hitting us. There's something
flat, we can turn sideways. Yeah, just fucking get skinny. It'll miss us.
Yeah, the Y-Files guy actually just did a show on that, and I watched it. Did I send it to you? I think I sent it to you.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I said, this is scaring the shit out of me. Like,
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't had time. You said it's like an hour and a half long or something.
Man, the asteroid Apophis is coming. Ground Zero is California, so they're saying it's actually going to hit California.
Yeah, that's okay. We don't need California.
Hawaii's gonna get vaporized. Like, I need Ash to get out of there.
In my opinion, the whole West Coast can go away. I don't care. I'm there, but you know, whatever. West Coast is poison, in my opinion.
Yeah. So the Y Files. I feel like I'm doing a ad for them, but definitely for podcast conversations, there's a lot of shows you can watch.
He has
He
a great YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's fucking
you
everything I would want.
Advertise for him. He has a great YouTube channel.
It's everything I would want us to become. Like the editing, the comedy that he throws in there, it's good. But that whole Adam and Eve project, that was one of the episodes, and that one was around how the polarity of the Earth could shift, like the core, and what would happen. Like if you watch that episode, that'll scare the shit out of you too.
Yeah, if that happens, it's not the polarity shift that's killing us; it's the floods and everything else. The winds, the tidal waves.
I see 11 in
Mount
chat.
Everest and hope the winds don't get you.
I see 11 in chat. I know there's people playing games. They're probably multitasking and doing stuff. But
how many likes
appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all listening in on this. I know at one point we had 15 or 16. We got 11.
We got 10.
Saw some new names in chat for the first time. If anybody has any questions, comments, let me know. Let us know.
Oh, you saw the passion come out. I'm gonna call it that. You saw the passion come out. Everybody at work thinks I'm fucking nuts. By the way,
I was good. I guarantee you that gets clipped.
Yeah, there's actually a picture of me on the wall and says, "Look out for the blue lasers," at work.
What?
Yeah, they put it on the wall.
I can't believe you waited this long to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I try to keep it off of here usually because it is some far out shit that a lot of people don't believe, you know. But if you actually look it up, it makes sense. You know, I thought it was pretty far out at first until you actually look at the facts. Look it up. Just look it up and make your own assumption. You know, I mean, it could be complete bullshit, but once you start to look it up, and it really starts to make sense. Like there was yeah. I don't even know how else to explain it, but like they literally took these lasers and went across shit and it would not touch the blue. And then everything that burned in the fire, like everything was completely melted. And then there's like these umbrellas. You can see satellite imagery. The umbrellas are not touched.
That's crazy.
All these houses are gone to the foundation. Blue roofs not touched. Cars on the road, everything is burnt. Blue cars not touched. Like the tires and shit are melted, but the cars are not burnt. Crazy.
There's a lot. I mean, it's hard to, you know, people could say it's a conspiracy theory, but there's so many things that have been proven right. I think the biggest, when I think of conspiracy theory, I think of Alex Jones, right? That guy said some wild shit, like no doubt about it. But man, he got famous from sneaking into that place out in California where all the rich people and politicians and movie stars evidently went to pray to this owl god and make sacrifices. And like he got in and fucking made footage, and that place still exists. Like there's fucking Tom Cruise fucking bowing down to a giant fucking owl statue, and they're
like some
chanting
Scientology shit.
It's not even Scientology. It's some weird cult shit they have going on. And there's video evidence. There's people. Yeah, there's so much weird stuff that happens around us. And you can get so caught up in the day to day of paying your electric bill and going to work and taking care of your family. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on around us every day. Think about the history that was taught to us in school. Like how Columbus was portrayed. And how Thanksgiving was portrayed. But then now, like, history books have been rewritten because a lot of the shit they taught us where these people were heroes, they're absolute fucking monsters. You know, like what they did to the Indians. And Lord, I mean, we weren't taught that stuff in school. I mean, it's wild how history can be taught.
Well, now they're trying to erase history. They don't even teach history anymore.
No. I mean, taking out, you know, the history should be history. I mean, it should be the facts. There shouldn't be any.
They don't even teach 9/11 anymore. They don't even talk about it. Yeah.
Controlling history is a way to control the public as well.
Yup, crazy. Cray. Stop.
Ross, I asked if you were still here. Did we find out if we landed on the moon? We did talk about that. I am skeptical just because we haven't been back.
Yeah.
Until we go back, until I see it with my own eyes, I'm calling bullshit.
Niggly, next week's guest is Death Note in chat. Death Note. We're gonna get her story.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
She went from shy and not talking to a little demon streamer.
That's going to be a good one. We've got the one after that lined up, and then the one after that, we need to start taking some more people on. I know Peaches had some interest to getting on. I know Zach wanted to do a return. Egley needs to break that record. We're not going to let him back on until he breaks the record. That'll give him some motivation to. He was doing Excite Mike the other day.
Yeah,
I know he's fully going to do it. He's going to break the world record on that.
Need to get Death Note to 50 still.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep on a rotation of every 2 weeks having a guest lined up. I know Rebel X wanted to come back on. Yeah,
I want to get Dwight on here. Hey, roster, you need to work on Dwight for me. I asked him. I think he thought it was on TikTok. It's not on TikTok. Work on Dwight for me. You guys homies. Get his ass on here.
Yeah, I would love to hear his story. I would see his being a very positive message for streamers, you know? Like, I think his story would be great for people to hear.
Nuthouse, that's unacceptable. You're not allowed to take calls while we're in the podcast. I mean, what are you doing? That's unacceptable.
I'm surprised he didn't call me and start like, let me talk for a second, put him on speakerphone.
I could send you a link if you want on here, you know.
Right?
I mean, we can get you on here. It's not hard.
Yeah, we can put you on stage real quick. This program's awesome. 90% done. Good, brother. Good to hear that. That's huge. All right.
Finally did work.
I like that we have a guest because then we don't have to come up with a topic. Like now we're getting to the point now where I'm having to do research and maybe the one
right
after that. Is there any ideas or anything chat wants to talk about? Not on the next podcast, but the one after that. Because
I don't have time to do research. I really don't. I don't.
If you don't give us a topic, I'm going to send Lucid another video. And
it's going to be some nutball shit like this.
I'm going to send him down a fucking rabbit hole.
It's going to be some nutball shit. This is not at all what I had planned for this podcast to be. So, which is fine, you know, but it's definitely taken a fucking left turn.
Can you post links? When you post links, can you post links to the video? Like, would you be allowed to post a link to the Y-Files video
in chat?
No, on YouTube when you.
Yeah, I can post it. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I want that guy to get credit. That show's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I can actually. I'll tag him and post his video.
I think other than Squirrel Master, he was the only one that was familiar with that guy. But yeah, I've been watching him for a couple years. Actually, my buddy Pro Power, he's sometimes in our chat. I know he goes back and watches our podcast, but he hit me up one day and he's like, "Dude, your boy's on Joe Rogan," and I'm like, "Fuck you talking about?" And it was the guy from Y-Files. That was a good fucking Joe Rogan podcast. Was when he had that guy on. They talked about some wild shit.
Oh, Squirrel Master's going to come up with a topic for us. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous.
The Y-Files, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Technologies of ancient civilizations. Hell yeah, that's a good one, Dagley. All right, brother. I think we can start to wind this thing down. It was
yes, sir. 13 people here watching us ramble on like
true crimes. I would have to do a lot of research on that. I feel like I don't know much on that.
Green River Killer right up the street.
What?
The Night Stalker from California. That was when I was a kid in my neighborhood, crawling through people's windows and shit in the heat wave. Yeah.
Man, fuck your state.
That was California. Green River Killer was Washington State. That was like an hour away from me. Yeah. Yep. Crazy shit. So, all right. I think we're wrapping up here.
I just want to tell everybody, if this is a simulation, I really like y'all's simulated persons. You're good. You're good, fellow Sims.
I like y'all simulations. I like assimilations.
Y'all are good Sims. You're really good Sims.
Y'all good Sims. All right, guys. I think that's all she wrote.
Have a good night at work, brother.
I will try. You know, it's work. It's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
Can't
right,
wait
guys.
till next week.
Yes, sir. You know what this means? This is the outro. So we're calling it. We love you. Till the next one. Death Note next week. We're going to get her story. She's become a demon. You guys know her. You love her. She'll be on next week. Yeah. So till the next one. Stay lucid. Stay squirrel. Stay squirrely lucid.
Much love, y'all. Thank you.
Much love.
Dreams and racing across the land. Across the engines and everything. Lucid Squirrel's here to chase your dream. Lucid Squirrel swinging by today, bringing laughs and wisdom and out. Tune in right now as Podcast Prime. Virtual screens to Formula One tracks. They're cracking jokes and dropping fun facts. With a heart for the people and a laugh so wild, the Lucid Squirrel's got a podcast style. Oh, the Lucid Squirrel swinging by today, bringing laughs and wisdom in their own quirky way, helping out. Tune in right now with Podcast Prime. Your coffee or your favorite snack. Sit down, relax, no need to look back. Building a community from scratch to gold, with tales so fresh and stories untold. Snack. Sit down, relax, no need to look back. They're building a community from scratch to gold, with tales so fresh and stories untold. Lucid Squirrel swinging by today, in laughs and wisdom in their own quirky way. Time. Tune in right now, it's Podcast Prime.